Welcome to a new episode. My name is Asta from Berlin. Today I speak about the day the leader took off his armor. Welcome to today's episode. Today we're talking about something you won't find on a performance dashboard, something that never shows up in quarterly reports. And yet, it became the turning point for an entire company. We're talking about vulnerability, and the day a new leader had the courage to show it. The armor. When he stepped into the role, everything was performance driven. Metrics, speed, pressure, results. The team was professional, efficient, and quietly cautious. He was new. Everything was watching him. His words, his decisions, his posture. So he did what many leaders do. He put on the armor. Clear direction, confident tone, no visible doubt. And yet, something felt closed. Meetings were productive but not alive. Ideas were presented but rarely challenged. Tension was managed, not resolved. Performance was solid, but it wasn't extraordinary. The moment. Then came the day everything shifted. A major project stalled. A mistake had been made with real financial consequences. The team expected a strong reaction, maybe pressure, maybe blame. Instead, he said, I underestimated part of this decision. And I realized I tried to project more certainty than I actually felt. Silence filled the room. Then he added, I don't have all the answers, and I need your perspective. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't strategic, it was real. The shift in the room. Something changed in that moment. The hierarchy didn't disappear, but the distance did. The team began to speak, not defensively, not carefully, honestly. One developer said, I had concerns, but I didn't want to slow us down. A project manager added, I saw the risks too, but I wasn't sure if it was my place to raise them. What had been held back began to move. Vulnerability became a signal. Truth was safe here. Why vulnerability is strength. Vulnerability is not a loss of control. It is an invitation to trust. When a leader says, I don't know everything, collective intelligence activates. When a leader admits, I got this wrong, psychological safety expands. And psychological safety is the foundation of innovation. People only take real risks when they know mistakes won't cost them their dignity. When courage is rewarded, not punished. The results. In the months that followed, something unexpected happened. Meetings became shorter because issues were raised earlier. Ideas became bolder because no one was afraid to be wrong. Feedback became more direct and more respectful. Ownership increased, not because it was demanded, but because it was felt. By the end of the fiscal year, the company delivered the strongest results in its history. Record revenue, breakthrough innovation metrics, employee engagement at an all-time high. Not because the leader became tougher, but because he became more human, redefining leadership. He learned something fundamental. Authority does not come from distance. It comes from integrity. Respect does not come from perfection. It comes from authenticity. Trust does not come from control. It comes from courage. Vulnerability is not a leadership risk. It is a leadership upgrade. Maybe the future of leadership is not more strategy, more tools, more pressure. Maybe it's a simple sentence. I'm here, I'm real, and I'm growing with you. If you lead, ask yourself, where are you still wearing armor? And what might happen if you took it off? Thank you for listening. Asta from Berlin.